They say size doesn't matter, but when it comes to bite force, it absolutely does. What if I told you that some dogs can crush bones stronger than a lion and do it faster than you can say fetch? Yeah, forget the fluffy puppy stereotype. This isn't your grandma's lapdog list. This is about real power, untamed, strategic, and deeply loyal. You're about to meet the 5 most dangerous and fascinating dogs on the planet. Not based on looks, not based on bark, but based on pure bite force, backed by science, and forged through centuries of evolution, combat, and purpose. But here's what's going to blow your mind. Some of these breeds aren't just strong, they're smarter than most humans in a crisis. And one of them has a bite pressure higher than most wild predators. If you're a dog lover, protector, or just someone who wants to tap into your inner strength, this will shift how you look at power, control, and protection. And don't just watch it like any other video. Watch it like a lesson in how nature builds warriors, and how you can learn from them. So let me ask you, are you ready to meet the elite? The dogs whose bite doesn't just hurt, it commands respect? Because once we start, there's no turning back. When we talk about raw, unfiltered power in the canine world, we can't not talk about the Kangal. This Turkish giant doesn't just walk into a room, it dominates it. Standing tall and radiating a calm but imposing presence, the Kangal isn't just muscle and teeth, it's a living embodiment of controlled strength. But what truly sets it apart? That earth-shaking, bone-crunching bite force of 743 psi. Yep, you read that right. That's more than a lion, more than a tiger, more than any other dog on the planet. Think about it. If this dog decided to bite down on a thick cow bone, it'd turn it into powder in seconds. Now that's what I call efficiency. But here's the kicker. The Kangal isn't reckless. It doesn't bite for sport. It was bred to protect flocks in the rugged terrains of Turkey from wolves, bears, and even jackals. So this beast doesn't bark without reason. It evaluates, calculates, then reacts. There's a lesson there, right? Imagine if we could all develop that level of discernment in our own lives, to act with precision, not emotion. If the Kangal were a person, it'd be that mentor who doesn't say much. But when they do, everyone listens. Quiet strength, unmatched wisdom. Want a real-life application? Think about boundaries, personal or professional. How often do we let our bark get louder than our actual capacity to act? The Kangal teaches us that it's not about being loud, it's about being ready. If you were building a business, would you rather have a flashy team or a reliable one that actually protects your vision from predators in the market? Yeah, be the Kangal. And let's be honest, 743 psi isn't just strength, it's security. Farmers in eastern Anatolia sleep peacefully at night because they know their Kangal is on duty. You too can create that level of peace in your own life by surrounding yourself with strong systems, strong principles, and yes, strong people. Quick pause. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from, and subscribe to watch more videos like this. Oh, and don't be fooled by the Kangal's size and power. With its family, it's gentle, affectionate, and fiercely loyal. That's the paradox of true strength. It protects, not destroys. Maybe we all need a little Kangal energy. Steady, silent, and striking only when absolutely necessary. And just when you thought the Kangal was the apex predator of the dog world, wait till you meet a certain broad-chested beast with military discipline and a bite that could rival steel. Now picture this. A barrel-chested beast walking down your hallway with eyes that scan like a security camera and a stride that says, "Don't even try it." That's the Rottweiler. Not just strong, strategically strong. This isn't some loose cannon muscle dog. The Rottweiler is power wrapped in poise. With a bite force of around 328 psi, it doesn't just stop threats, it ends them. And yet somehow it still manages to be a gentle protector to the people it loves. That contrast, that's where the magic lies. Here's something most people don't know. The Rottweiler's origins trace back to ancient Rome. These dogs were used to herd cattle and guard supply lines for the Roman legions. Imagine being so trusted that you're guarding the lifeblood of an empire. That's legacy. That's reliability. In a world that celebrates speed and flash, the Rottweiler reminds us that durability wins the long game. Think about your own goals. Are you building them on flashy trends or solid principles that can last through storms? Let's take it to real life. Maybe you're launching a startup or trying to rebuild your health. Don't be the person who goes all out on day 1, only to burn out by week 2. Be the Rottweiler. Calculated, strong, consistent. If the Kangal is the wise old guardian of the mountains, the Rottweiler is the loyal commander at your gates, alert, prepared, and immovable. And can we talk about loyalty? Rottweilers are the type of dog that'll put themselves between you and danger without hesitation. That's not trained behavior. That's built in. You ever have a friend like that? If not, maybe it's time to be that friend. Stand tall, protect your circle, bite when necessary, speak when needed, and stay grounded through it all. With its muscular build and unshakable demeanor, the Rottweiler isn't just a pet. It's a protector, a leader, a symbol of what it means to have power with principle. But just when you think strength has peaked here, wait till you meet a canine hybrid designed for domination, forged in the fires of aggression and precision. All right, now buckle up, because the American Bandauge doesn't enter the conversation. It crashes through the wall. This isn't your average dog. This is a purpose-built war machine wrapped in skin and sinew. The American Bandauge is a crossbreed, sure, but don't let that word fool you. It's not some random mix, it's the intentional fusion of power and precision. And with a staggering bite force of up to 730 psi, it's practically nature's battering ram. We're talking serious damage potential here, enough to crush bone, bend steel cages, and send intruders running for their lives. But you know what's even more powerful than the bite? The reason behind it. The Bandauge was bred not just to protect, but to dominate the threat. It's a dog that doesn't hesitate. It calculates, closes in, and finishes the job. Think about that for a second. In a world full of hesitation and half measures, wouldn't you want to embody that kind of clarity? That kind of decision-making force? Whether you're building a brand, setting boundaries in relationships, or reclaiming your confidence, sometimes the Bandauge mentality is exactly what you need. No fluff, no fear, just focused intensity. And here's where it gets real. This isn't a dog you can keep in a box. If you don't train it, lead it, and understand it, it'll run wild. Sound familiar? It should. You have a Bandauge inside you too. That part of you that's strong, relentless, born for more. But if you don't master it, it can turn destructive. Discipline is what makes power useful. Just like this dog. So if you're sitting on potential but avoiding structure, you're not a threat. You're a loose cannon. Build your systems. Define your rules. Then let the beast go to work. Oh, and don't overlook the emotional side of this powerhouse. Despite its fearsome reputation, a well-raised Bandauge is loyal, deeply affectionate, and bonded tightly to its family. That tells you something. Being dangerous and being loving aren't opposites. They're complementary. Strength doesn't cancel out compassion. It protects it. So yeah, the American Bandauge isn't for everyone. But for those who can handle the fire, it becomes a living shield. And if you thought that kind of strength was exclusive to crosses and hybrids, wait till you see how intelligence, loyalty, and adaptability come together in one of the world's most iconic working dogs. Let's switch gears for a second. We've talked about raw force, aggressive instinct, and protective fury. But what happens when intelligence leads the charge? That's where the German Shepherd steps in. With a bite force of about 238 psi, this breed might not have the sheer crushing power of a Kangal or American Bandauge, but don't let that number fool you. Because what the German Shepherd may lack in pressure, it more than makes up for in precision, timing, and strategy. It's like comparing a wrecking ball to a laser-guided missile. One smashes everything, the other hits exactly where it counts. There's a reason why German Shepherds are used in police forces, military units, and search and rescue missions all over the world. This isn't just a dog, it's an operator. Trained, tactical, and adaptable. Want a lesson from the Shepherd? Simple. Master your mind, and you'll master any environment. In a world that often rewards noise and chaos, the German Shepherd thrives in structure, clarity, and control. It doesn't just react, it responds. And you can too. Whether you're facing conflict at work, starting something new, or navigating uncertainty, what if you approached it like a shepherd? Alert, calm, in command. Let's get practical. If you want to sharpen your mind like a German shepherd, start feeding it quality material. Read The Art of War by Sun Tzu, strategy in its purest form. Practice situational awareness. Train your brain like it's part of a tactical unit. Anticipate, observe, execute. And here's the best part. German shepherds don't chase validation. They do what needs to be done because they know their role. That quiet confidence? That's not taught. That's earned through action. But hey, don't let the uniform fool you. These dogs have hearts the size of planets. They bond hard. They protect even harder. And that's another lesson worth stealing. Love is not weakness. It's the ultimate motivator. A shepherd will charge into danger not because it's fearless, but because it cares. You want to move mountains in your own life? Find something you care about so deeply you'd protect it like a shepherd. Now, you've met the wise titan, the loyal warrior, the battle-born hybrid, and the intelligent protector. But there's still one more figure waiting in the shadows, sleek, swift, and engineered for speed and defense like a four-legged missile. Now imagine a creature that blends speed, style, and power into one perfectly streamlined form. That's the Doberman Pinscher. It's not just fast, it's purposeful. A blur when it moves, a shadow when it stalks, and a nightmare for anyone foolish enough to threaten what it protects. With a bite force of around 245 psi, it's not the strongest on this list, but don't be mistaken, the Doberman isn't here to play by anyone else's metrics. It's not brute strength that makes it lethal. It's the combination of speed, accuracy, and timing. It doesn't just bite, it strikes. Born out of necessity by a tax collector named Louis Doberman in 19th century Germany, yeah, real guy, real job, the Doberman Pinscher was designed to be the ultimate bodyguard. That's right. This dog was literally created to walk into hostile situations and come out with its owner unscathed. Now that's R&D with purpose. Think about that for a second. What if you designed parts of your life that way? Intentional, strategic, unapologetically efficient. In today's terms, the Doberman is your elite special agent, sleek, intelligent, protective, and fast as hell. And when I say fast, I mean it can hit 35 mph in a sprint. That's Formula One speed in dog form. But it's not just about how fast it runs, it's about how quickly it reacts. In life, opportunities and threats both appear without warning. The Doberman teaches us the power of prepared agility. Being fast isn't enough. You've got to be ready to pivot, strike, protect, or retreat, and do it all without hesitation. You want to develop that Doberman mindset? Try high-performance routines, cold exposure to sharpen focus, HIIT workouts for reaction time, meditation to improve mental speed. Don't just sit still and expect results. Move, react, be sharp. The Doberman doesn't pause to ask permission. It reads the room and makes the move. Fast decisions, calculated precision. And here's something no stat sheet shows. Dobermans are emotionally in tune. They'll sense your fear before you say a word. They'll guard your child like royalty. They'll stand in front of a gunman if it means saving you. That level of loyalty, that's not trained. That's DNA. So now you've met the whole crew, from the Kangal's ancient power to the Doberman's razor-edge precision. But believe me, this isn't just about dogs. It's about what they represent. Power, control, instinct, intellect, loyalty, and the wild potential that lives inside us all. Now that you've met the most powerful canine forces on Earth, let me ask you something real. Which one of these dogs do you see a bit of yourself in? Are you the silent protector like the Kangal, calm until pushed? The disciplined commander like the Rottweiler, built for purpose? The relentless force like the American Bandöge, raw and focused? The strategic genius like the German Shepherd, leading with your mind? Or the lightning-fast Doberman, striking with precision and heart? Here's the truth. This wasn't just about dogs. It was about what they reflect back to us. Strength, loyalty, intelligence, instinct. You have all of that inside you. So what are you going to do with it? Will you sharpen it, train it, use it to protect what matters? Let me hear it in the comments. Which dog resonated with you most and why? What lesson hit you hardest today? And hey, if you felt that inner fire light up even a little, then don't leave without subscribing. This channel is all about unlocking that primal potential through nature, psychology, and strategy. Tap the bell so you don't miss the next bite of knowledge that could change everything. Because next time, we go even deeper.